Hey guys, Pickle700 here, and in today's video I'm going to be adding lights to the gate of my railroad crossing gate that I built about a year ago. So if you haven't seen the video on building this, I posted that about a year ago, and this is, I'd say, maybe about half scale or 2/3 size, and I've actually have a new gate arm for it. This was the original one, a little bit shorter. So now I have this new gate arm, and it doesn't have the diagonal stripes on it. It's got just the square ones, which I think are a little bit more modern looking. So I've got a few requests to put lights on the gate. Normally you'd have three, one about right here, one here, and one towards the end. And normally your light on the end would stay on, and then your middle one and closest one to the gate mechanism would alternate at the same speed as the lights. So let's raise the gate so we can look inside the box where the relays are so we can see what I need to do. So now with the gate in the fully upright position, as you can see, this new gate arm is a lot taller than the old one. We can open up back here and look inside. So here is our power supply supplying 12 volts, and this is a 6 amp max. And right here is our light relay. If I activate the lights, as you can see, they're doing their wig-wag pattern back and forth. As well, you can hear the relay click, and which is in this 1110 box right here. So I'll drop the gate back down so I can kind of explain to you more what's going to be going on the gate. So I'm not sure if you could tell by comparing those two, you probably didn't notice, but the gate does drop quite a bit slower than it raises, and that's because the counterweights are actually oversized for this gate arm. These, if I disengaged the linear actuator, like there's no motor resistance, this gate would actually go up probably to, I'm not exactly sure what angle, but it would raise up more than halfway just on counterweights alone. And without the weight of a gate arm on it, the linear actuator is actually the linear actuator will really struggle to pull this down. Without the weight of a gate on it, it actually won't go down all the way because it's just too hard on the motor. So that's why it goes up quicker than it goes down, because the motor is really not fighting anything. It's actually resisting it going up, but going down is actually pulling it down. I'm going to turn off the switch here so you don't have to listen to this relay clicking. So as I said, 3 lights. So I'm going to need a 4 conductor cable, because all of these can share 1 negative, but I need 3 positives. So I'll need 1 positive going to the end of this gate to keep this light on all the time. I'll need 1 positive just for the middle one, which the middle one will flash when this light flashes, and then I need 1 more positive for the one closest to the gate mechanism, which will flash when this light flashes. So hopefully that makes somewhat sense. Now I've got to figure out where I want the lights to actually sit on the gate arm. So now to give you a little bit of a closer up look, here will be your first light, here will be your second, here will be your third. I'm just going to raise the gate up so I can see what that will sort of roughly look like once it's in the upright position. As you can see, the gate goes up a lot faster than it goes down, which is sort of realistic because they normally don't go down too fast but go up as quickly as they can. So here will be your first light just under that left light right there. Our second one will be right there, and our top one will be way up there. So I think that looks pretty good. And as you can see, the light's going to stick out just over 2 inches right there, so I do have plenty of room in between the pole right here and the gate right there. So I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so let's actually install the lights on the gate. Okay, so I have my lights here. These are a 4-pack of 2-inch truck lights. So they have this detachable, if I pull really hard, they have this detachable wiring harness that attaches to the back of this guy right here, and then this rubber gasket that will go over it. So those just go like that, and it was cheapest to buy them in a 4-pack, but obviously I'll only be using 3. And then for what these are going to mount onto, I have these, which again is cheaper to buy a 6-pack of them. These are these little tiny container things, which the lights will sit on like this. And now the rubber part is a little bit wider than it, but the actual light part is not. So this is where I'll be able to make splices in and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure if I'm even going to use this gasket just because it adds a lot of size to it. I might just cut my hole for the lights and then silicone around them. But I think I'm only going to cut a hole just big enough for this wiring harness. Stick these on like this. I have these little plastic containers drilled out. So now when the light sits in here, if I get my negative through there, the light sits in here just like that. As you can see, this is what it looks like on the back, just enough room for that to stick through. And I can silicone it up all good on the inside and on the outside, and it will sit on the gate arm like this. And I'd like to have it on both sides, but there's just not enough room because I don't want it to be too deep. So that's how it's going to be. So now I'm going to paint these black, spray paint them. So while those are drying, we can start running our power. So here is our flexible, this is stranded wire 14 gauge 4 conductor, which is what I talked about, how I need 3 positives and 1 negative. Here are some clips that will be attaching this to the gate arm. So I'm going to start seeing how this is going to work on the gate. Just for fun, I attached my bell to it this time. So our wire is going to sit on the top of the gate arm like this. I'm going to put the clips kind of towards the back so it'll hold it like this. So now I'm going to leave myself like an extra, probably about 3 or 4 inches on each one. So I'm going to cut it right here and attach this section, and then I'll drill the holes later for it to go into the boxes. So this is what I have so far. As you can see, these are attached on the back side like that. And we have our wire coming down that will go into this box. This one, these two will go into that box, get spliced. This one will get spliced right here, and this one will get spliced right there. Then attached to here, it doesn't actually attach to this because I want it to still be able to take the gate off. And then it goes into there, so then I have it. So I'll only have to take off this one little thing. And I'm gonna do some of these right here. So I can just unplug it and only have to undo that one screw to disconnect the gate arm when I need to. So I've changed my plan because I didn't want to have to undo anything. Now I have these splices. Because I didn't want to do any splices, have to undo anything to take the gate out. I now put these guys in so these connections can be unplugged right there. So now I'm going to start putting our boxes on the gate. I'll update once that's done. I apologize if it's hard to see being it's dark out, but I have all of the lights on the gate and wired up. They're just clamped on there right now with silicone. So now I have to start doing splices back here. So guys, as you can see, the lights are on now and working exactly how they're supposed to, where the end light stays on and the center two alternate with the other lights. So guys, I still do have the clamps on here, so they're not nearly as bright as they will look. Just while the silicone to get the waterproof and to hold them on finishes drying, which will probably, I'll let those dry overnight. So So this is how it turned out though. I'll show you what it looks like with it going up and down. I'll cycle the gate. So guys, that's about it for this video, but I'm gonna be replacing this switch right here that actuates the linear actuator up and down with a remote control one, so I'll be able to click it on and off from a ways away from the gate. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching.